Hi friends, welcome to May. So already you can probably tell that I'm having a better start to the month than I did to April. Still not feeling 100%, not that I ever really feel 100%, but we're faking it until we make it. That is, I think, like a staple of being chronically ill and disabled is sometimes you're just like, I'm just going to pretend that I'm not and we're going to hope for the best. I'm about to head off to work, hence why I am faking it. But I thought that I would just jump in because it's the 2nd of May and I already have my focus for the month, I think. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited. I love my job, so I'm like excited to go to work. And so I thought I would ride that excitement into starting this video so that we start on a little bit of a happier note than April did, and also that we ended April on. So, I ended April finishing my decathlon socks. As you can see, they dried. They're not the same size. Remember how I was like excited that they were the same size? They're not. This one's a little bigger in the like foot and this one's a little bigger in the leg, but they're very close. And you know what? Even when my socks are vastly different sizes, I don't really care because in the grand scheme of things, I'm still new to socks. I've made, how many pairs have I made? I think this is my 6th pair of socks. So I'm still learning. And honestly, I don't care. I don't care. The people I'm giving my socks to, for the most part, don't care if they even notice. And yes, so they're good. They're so nice and cozy and warm. And no, had a bit of an issue here. Technical difficulties, give me a second. Okay, let's just move you along there. So yesterday? Yeah, I think. Yesterday I finished the body of my Sugarplum. It's a kind of a bit difficult because these where I'm holding are the sides, but because of the way that I had to do the holders, this is the most comfortable way to hold it. So that is the body done, which means that I've been able to start on the sleeves, or on the first sleeve at least. This is the little cuff that I've got going. I had knit like a reasonable amount of this, like I think about 9 to 10 centimeters. I just wasn't a fan of the way it was like a balloon sleeve. I think that looks really cute on some people, but on me it looks stupid. So like this one here, I prefer just like a straight sleeve that has no kind of obvious increases. I'm sitting on a really weird angle because Fletchy is sitting here and he's been sitting here for hours. And I know he's just a cat, but I don't like moving him. And my partner thinks that that's silly, that I should just move him when I feel uncomfortable and I'm in pain. But you know what? I love him more than I love myself. So he's gonna stay there and I'm just gonna hope that I can get through this. So yeah, this is going to be a straight sleeve now. That's basically what I'm saying. It's really hard to show you because the red isn't particularly easy in this sort of afternoon light to show you kind of what's happening there, but it's basically just the ribbing and a few rows. Let me just move these down a little bit. Ta-da! So yeah, I'm already way happier with how this looks. I can't get into the like big puffy sleeves thing. It just looks, I don't know. I guess I have kind of like thin arms, I guess. I don't know. It just looks really silly on me. So rather than keep going with that and being forever uncomfortable with this jumper, I thought that I would just knit my own sleeves how I like them. So yeah, that's the plan here to keep going with that one. I also have the needles I actually cast on and did the ribbing in. So I think I've got a little bit of this ball left from the body. So I think I'm going to start, I'm going to do the cuff of the second sleeve with this and then leave it on there until I'm ready to do this. I know I could do 2 at a time. I tried to look at how to do that. I'm not emotionally ready for that yet. I don't know, I watched a couple of different videos and I just couldn't get my head around it at the moment, and that's something I'm going to work on perfecting, being able to do at all in the future rather than stressing myself out about it with this project. So I'm kind of hoping that I might be able to have this done before the end of the month. I'd really like to wear it to this book event that I'm going to at the start of June. Whether that is actually possible, I don't know. We're gonna see, because I don't want to push myself. I do need to relax, and I'm still working, and May is also historically not a great month for me. It is Mother's Day, and it was my mum's birthday, and my mum passed over a decade ago. But that shit still hurts. So always kind of go into May with the knowledge that it might not be the easiest month of the year for me. And so keeping that in mind, I'm trying to be nicer to myself. This is something that I have struggled with my entire life. I am not good at being kind to myself, but I kind of just showed that by talking about how I would rather be in pain than move my cat. But anyway, I want to make this my major focus, at least up until I have a yarn show that I've talked about this month. And I don't know, I plan on going in with a patterns and like a limit of what I can buy. But I'm going with my friend Ray and she literally commented on my April video and was like, I will support you buying way too much. And I was like, yep. That's the kind of support that you want from a friend, but also don't want from a friend, of like, please stop me, but also please don't stop me. So we're gonna see what I find there and what happens in the rest of the month. I don't know what the rest of the month is gonna be like. We're taking it day by day, row by row. This is what I'm working on for now. I just got so much cat fur all over me. And we'll see where the rest of the month takes us. Hello, welcome back. Apologies for the slightly weird angle. Not sure where my tripod is right now, so if we're leaning on my laptop, we're just going to deal with it. I have things to update you on. I have almost finished. I just put that needle almost in my mouth. Oh shit, I just forgot that I made a cup of tea like 20 minutes ago and it's still brewing. Okay. I'm gonna fix that later. I've almost finished my sleeve, my first one. It is the 12th today, so I'm pretty confident in saying I'm not gonna finish this before the end of the month, but I am okay with that. I am trying to, stay kind to myself and not stress myself out too much. And the only thing I've been working on is this sleeve. So I've literally done the best I could. And maybe I will still finish it, but I kind of doubt it. I have about 4 more centimeters to go. This is how we're looking so far. So I just have a little bit to kind of get to the underarm. Yeah, think it's really cute. I had kind of planned, like I thought yesterday at some point that I would just like go through it and just finish it, and then I don't know, I just got a little exhausted by this, and I also just like had a moment of like, what do I do when I'm like done with this sleeve, because I don't have any holders. All of my holders are holding the body or other things. What am I going to do? And obviously the answer is scrap yarn, but yesterday that wasn't like a thought that crossed my mind. Avi is playing with a bit of his own fur on the floor. That's probably the noise you can hear. He's having a ball. So yeah, I stopped this last night and was like, well, I don't want to keep going because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And then yeah, literally I woke up at like 1 a.m. and I was like, well, obviously you're going to put it on scrap yarn. So yeah, more on that later. Now, as I said, I'd only been working on that up until yesterday when I decided to start a new whip, because I was kind of like stressed about that one and I didn't want to work on anything else. And what I really wanted to do yesterday, because it was Mother's Day here, was start the pair of socks that I told my partner's mum I would make her. So I did that. I have the cuff and just the first few rows. I am using a pattern from 52 Weeks of Socks, the volume 2. And I'm doing these ones here, which are the amber socks, but these are in DK, and so this is 4-ply. So I'm basically just using the texture of that one and then just doing like a standard fingering weight sock. So this yarn here is from 3 Trees Fibrecrafts. This is the Fledging sock set. So 75% superwash general, superwash merino, 25% nylon, and then yeah, the two colors, the pink, it's kind of like a dusty pink, I guess, and then it's like blue with a little bit of green and some orange in there. And this colorway is called Tege, not really sure. So yeah, I started that last night and I did a couple of rows of that. It's obviously not a whole lot to show you right now, and it's in that kind of awkward stage, but what did I, oh, that's okay. I dropped the other yarn, but that's not attached. Yeah, it's looking super cute. And this is still my major focus, honestly. I just wanted to start this so that I could say that I'd started it. And yeah, just kind of go through that as I can. Oh, never mind, my tea is right here. That's so embarrassing. Whether it's going to be drinkable, I don't know, because it was still brewing, but at least it's next to me. Is it? Oh. Okay. That was fine for the first sip, and then the aftertaste of spearmint hit, and that's really overbrewed. Cool. I'm gonna make myself a fresh cup of tea, but as I was gonna say, this is still my main focus. I am hoping to finish the sleeve maybe before this weekend, which is the yarn show. But speaking of the yarn show, I've already bought some yarn. We went to the op shop yesterday after work and I found some yarn. But this is the yarn I found. These are all for my Copenhagen blanket. Not even going to bother opening this one. This is all Flinders yarn, which is a Spotlight home brand. And this is 100% cotton in this, well, I don't know, creamy kind of color. And then this one has a bunch of Bella Baby, which is possibly also a Spotlight home brand. This is Tricot 4-ply. Ah, shit. Yeah, made for Spotlight. Anyway, I was just about to say this is 100% cotton as well. And these will be used for like doors and windows. This is 4-ply cotton and I need 8-ply, so I guess as well that kind of, I don't know, halves the amount that, or doubles the amount that I will actually use, because obviously I'm going to have to hold them together. But yeah, anyway, this, I am going to take a break, I think, on knitting today. I did a lot of knitting over the weekend, and I think my hands and my arms and my shoulders really need a break from it for a few days. So also gives me a reason to try and actually be productive and finish some of those other things that I said I would do that aren't knitting related. And I will catch you all likely next week, and we'll see what I've gotten done. I don't know how long it's been. I don't know what I showed you last, but did I show you that I started my second sleeve, finished the first one. I've done this much of the second one, and I don't know, I needed a break from this, so that is what I did. But I was productive in taking a break on that one, and after filming my whip parade last week, I decided that it was time to finally come back and work on the Fleur shawl a bit. So it's kind of a mess. It's not the easiest of products to show. It's huge, and also I've left it in the middle of a row, but there we go. So I finished the little mohair section I was on, and I've done, this is my third row of the DK since that mohair row. So happy to be back working on it. I also worked out that I only have, counting this row that I'm like almost finished, I have just the kind of last little bit of it to go. I only have 29 rows left. 2 of those rows are bubble rows, so it's not going to be quick to finish those 29 rows, but it does mean that I can almost see the end. And I've been working on this for so long that being able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, I will take it. So yeah, I've been working on this the last few days, and I think I will continue this one for now. I don't know, got a little sick of doing the sleeves, so I thought that this would be nice to do something else and go a little bit. And that's what we're going to keep doing. So tonight, when I sit down to watch my show, right now I am watching Alias. I love Jennifer Garner, and I'm on the second season of this, having a great time, loving it. So when I sit down and watch that tonight, I will also probably do, finish this row and probably do one more row. And you know what they say, slow and steady wins the race. So that's what we're going to go with. And I'm just going to focus on trying to get a row done every now and again. Yeah, and that's it. Partner is just about to make me a cup of tea, I think. So I'll catch you all in a couple of days, and hopefully with a little bit more of that done. This project is cursed, I swear. Months ago, when I was at like the very start of this, my interchangeable needles fell off, and I had to start again, and I decided I would start with fixed circulars instead, and it was all going fine. I literally have 18 rows left. Guess what just happened? My needle broke. They're not interchangeable. As I said, these are the fixed ones. They just straight up broke. And yep. So close to the finish line. Starting to, you know what it was? I was starting to feel confident that this was going to get done. I had just started on a bobble row and it was going okay, and I was like, I'm gonna be fine, it's gonna be done. And now what I thought was gonna be kind of a relaxing night, just, you know, I was gonna do like a few more bobbles and then I was just gonna like chill out and read for the rest of the night. And now instead I am trying to thread this all onto some waste yarn because I don't have another pair of 5.5 needles. The closest I had was this 5mm, but obviously it's a straight needle and it's not going to be long enough to do this whole massive thing. So my cats are being crazy. I spilled water everywhere on the floor and it's just been like, yeah, I don't know what I did to deserve this, but this shawl is, it just hates me. I don't know what it is, but so yeah, here I am threading for the rest of the night, I guess. I had planned to try and do a few more rows of this ahead of next month because I have a plan for next month in terms of my stash busting. But honestly, I think once I get this all onto this waste yarn, I think I'm just gonna have to order some new 5.5mm needles, and I'm just gonna have to wait for them to arrive because I just don't know that I want to risk it, like trying to be smart and, you know, using some waste yarn and like trying to make this work. I think, yeah, I think we're just gonna have to order some new needles and I guess put this one on the back burner until they arrive. But I am a little pissed off that I got so close and now it's decided that it's gonna be a pain. Like, you couldn't have just waited. You couldn't have just like let me finish this one. Like, I couldn't just, I don't know. I couldn't just have this one, needles. Like, you had to make it complicated. I guess the good thing is about this is that I will actually be able to see how long it is because I have not been able to do that for a while now with these circulars because they aren't long enough. Okay. We're halfway there. Didn't really want to have to order any more needles for a while because it's just kind of an excuse to buy things, isn't it? Like, most of the time I'm like, well, I'm not just going to buy one pair of needles from this, you know, yarn store. I might as well get something else to make up for like the delivery because I'm really trying not to buy any more yarn right now. It's really not in my budget for this week because I'm off to Sydney in a couple of days for a book festival, so kind of, you know, had planned to not spend any money before that, but I guess I could just wait until I'm back, but all right, it's time to wrap up for May. As per usual, filming this a few days ahead of the actual end of the month, but I have a good reason this time, and that is that I am going away to Sydney for a book event tomorrow, which is Friday the 30th, and so I won't be back to film this in time, and I'm not taking any knitting because it's a book event, so I'll be reading and all that stuff. I haven't done any knitting since I spoke to you the other night. I have two cats right now. You can see ears down here, and obviously Mr. Percy is making himself known. Yeah, didn't do any knitting since tragedy struck the other night. Haven't had a chance to buy any replacement needles yet. That's going to be a focus for June, when I can, honestly, when I can be bothered to go to Spotlight, because I couldn't find the needles I wanted and needed anywhere else. So it's going to be a Spotlight trip. So yeah, haven't worked on that. Haven't really felt like doing anything else either. So yeah, nothing finished this month, but I have already planned out kind of my goals for June, and I'm feeling pretty confident about knitting for next month, which just leaves me to talk about where my stash is sitting. I don't even know if I showed you that I bought yarn. I bought some op shop yarn, my weakness, but it is for my Copenhagen blanket. So it has like a specific project, and I have actually started using one of the balls already. And like I know that that is stuff that will be completely used up because it is for like, it's all like light colored cotton. So it's for like windows and doors on these houses and roofs and all that kind of stuff. So like every last bit of that cotton that I bought and every other piece of cotton I have will be used in that project. So that one's not so bad because I did buy like 450 grams of it, but it was $6 for the whole lot, and as I said, it's going to be used. I also didn't even really get to tell you about the yarn show that I went to with my friend Ray. Things have been crazy. My partner is in the midst of exams, and so I've really not had the time to myself to do this. I'm gonna show you the yarn next month. I have started using, I got 2 skeins. I was very restrained. I have started using one. They both have projects in mind already. So I bought 650 grams in May. It's fine. It's fine. I'll talk more about why I'm not feeling super stressed about that in June. But right now, that brings my totals up to 17,208. We were down to 16,000, which was feeling really good, but we're up again, and that is 344.16 balls. I'm really not making that much headway on the stash, but as I said, I do have some plans for June. I am feeling reasonably confident about them, and it will take off some stash things. So I will catch you all back in June once I'm back from my book events, and we'll talk about what the plan is going into June, and sort of also thinking for, because like we're almost halfway through the year now, so we'll talk a little bit about that next month too. But for now, I would love to hear how you're going with your stash busting, and I will see you next month.